Hi guys, and welcome back to Phat Pack Magic, where we bring you the fattest vintage cube gameplay videos around. On the left, we have Jimmy running Bant Flicker. Now I know what you guys are saying. Hey, Jimmy lost in the last round. What gives? Well, Anthony has a girlfriend, and she gave him the summons home. Now Anthony's a great sport, so he let Jimmy have the win. And the good news is, we get to watch Jimmy's deck again and see if he can make the Bant Flicker build work. Now, on the right we have Victor, and he's running Izzet Twin. Now you know why they call it Izzet Twin, right? It's because when you go Deceiver Exarch, your opponent goes, Izzet Twin? Yep, scoop. Okay, yeah, I know that was terrible, but whatever. Anyways, so Jimmy's deciding to keep his hand, and he's on the play, so let's see what he's got. He's gonna start off the plains and pass the turn back. Victor deciding on his turn one play, and it looks like it's going to be a Steam Vents tapped. And Jimmy passes back with a forest. No Signet, just forest. Victor's fine, plays an island pass. And Jimmy does have a turn 3 play. It's Kitchen Finks. A really solid threat that's going to clock in for 3 damage, and it's going to be really tough for Victor to get rid of because his deck is mostly 1-for-1s. But he plays a mountain, and he's going to start off with a Faithless Looting as his first spell of the game. Discarding... I guess he's trying to decide what he wants to discard. 1 and 2. And Time Lock, you know. I'm not done. Time Lock. So Victor draws his for his turn 4, plays land, and there's a pretty uneventful Time Lock. But Jimmy's fine with that. He's gonna start in and swing in at Victor. Victor deciding if he wants to take 3. And he says okay, going down to 17. Now what does Jimmy have for his follow-up play? And it looks like it's a Flicker Wisp. And it's gonna target the Kitchen Finks, and Victor deciding how he wants to handle it. So he's tapping 3, and he's going to Electrolyze. 1 at the Flicker Wisp, and 1 at Jimmy. And he's going to draw a card off this exchange, and Jimmy is still going to be able to Flicker and gain 2 life anyways, but it keeps him from having 5 power on the board if Victor had killed the Kitchen Finks in response. So now Victor is going to flashback Faithless Looting, drawing 2 and keeping that hand parity going, discarding 1, and I think that's Fiery Confluence, and then discarding a land. And then plays Arid Mesa, cracks it, goes down to 16, and he's going to shortcut to play Jace Vryn's Prodigy. And that Jace looks like it's going to be active next turn. But Jimmy draws a Misty Rainforest and goes a fetching, looking for blue. And he really needs to get some action down on the board. Only having 3 power isn't going to help him out of this situation. He's got a Mole Drifter, he's got a Solemn Simulacrum, he can get there, and he opts to play the Simulacrum, and that's going to get him to 5 mana where his Mole Drifter will be online for next turn. As he crashes in, bringing Victor down to 13. But the shields are down. Victor draws for turn. And he's looking at that Jace. The question is he going to loot first? No, he's going to preordain first. Looking at the top 2. Are they the Izzet Twin pieces he wants? No, bottom. Puts it to the yard, draw. Chain Lightning's fine. But it's not the piece he wants, so Victor goes a lootin'. And is he going to discard the card he drew? No, he's going to discard something else. And Jace Telepath Unbound is coming in at 5, a very hefty loyalty, but his abilities are costly. Now, is he going to try and... Ooh. I mean, he could have a really spicy turn here, but does he have the mana? Like, does it matter? He drops Pestermite, untaps the blue source, and Jace is gonna go and draw. Oh wow! No, Victor is gonna time walk, and does he rip the Kiki Jiki? No. Otherwise, I think he'd just slam it down. Jimmy's completely tapped out. Shields are completely down. But Victor has Jace online, and it's going to turn that Solemn Simulacrum into an 0-2 until next turn. And I guess Victor could be kind of a gambler, and I mean, if he really wants to keep the Jace around, he could chump block the Kitchen Finks. But I mean, one of his key twin pieces is on the board right now. So Jimmy comes in swinging at the Jace, but a Lightning Bolt is going to munch up that Kitchen Finks, which is going to come back into play and gain him 2 life, but it's going to keep that Jace around, and that's the important thing. Jimmy plays his land for turn, and he's going to go down with Tolsimir, and that Tolsimir is going to crunch that Pestermite, making a 3/3 Wolf token that'll kill the piece of twin that Victor has on board. Never mind, because it's not. It's gonna get charred. Victor takes 2 points in that exchange and draws for turn. He's got Kiki mana up. Shields are down on Jimmy. Jimmy has, power in play, but he's on a very, very short clock. And Victor's the kind of player where if he has Kiki Jiki, he'll slam it. And unfortunately, he doesn't. But Jace is going to use his ability, and he's going to preordain, maybe get the Kiki he's looking for. Kiki or Splinter Twin, something, come on. Nope, both bottom. And he draws a land. Land for turn. He's got a little bit of time, because Jimmy only has 7 power on board, but he is quickly running out of options here. So he passes the turn back. Jimmy looking fine. He's got Mold Drifter, he's got Deranged Hermit, he's got a Signet, and he comes crashing in. 7 power at your face, Victor. What are you going to do about it? Victor attacks 2. Oh, Snapcaster. For the Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt killing Tolsimir. Snapcaster blocks the Kitchen Finks, and Victor only takes 2 damage in that exchange. Wow! Completely nuking Jimmy's board. But Jimmy has a Deranged Hermit, and at 9 life, that is lethal for Victor. But Victor has an Izzet Charm that isn't gonna go to the Deranged Hermit, it's gonna draw 2 cards. Alright. You have to respect Victor. He is all in on this combo no matter what. He's looking at lethal in the face. Next turn, does he have an out? And he does, in the form of Phyrexian Metamorph, which is going to make a Deranged Hermit and make 4 squirrels of his very own. And now both players have a suite of 3/3 squirrels. Jimmy, untap, upkeep, paying the echo cost. He needs to keep that Deranged Hermit so he can flicker it back and forth with maybe Venser. And he comes swinging in, and it gets chump blocked by the Phyrexian Metamorph Hermit. But, it was going to die anyways because of the echo cost. But Victor is quickly running out of time. All Jimmy needs is some kind of flicker effect. But he keeps the top on top with Ponder. Jimmy is organizing his, Victor is organizing his lands. How many cards do you have in hand, Jimmy? And there is Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker with the Pestermite to go with it. Wow. Oh man, oh man. Victor was facing down lethal, but committed to his game plan with the Izzet Charm, saying, nope, I'm all in. It's Kiki or bust, and it was Kiki to the bust. Oh man, Victor pulled it out of his hat, and wow, that was great gameplay right there, man. I would, I don't know. I would have Izzet Charmed the Deranged Hermit and said, you know what, I can deal with some squirrels, figure out a way through it. But Victor was committed to his combo. 100% committed to his combo. And in no small part, the double time walk was an amazing play. But if I'm Jimmy, I'm thinking, how do I beat this deck? How do I beat Victor's deck? And I think the way that I beat it is getting early plays down, getting a lot of value in, and just trying to get a deranged hermit or like Muldrifter or something down as fast as possible and start generating value that Victor can't outrace. Because Jimmy gave Victor so much time in that game to just build up his resources. And if I'm Jimmy and I'm putting so much pressure in on Victor, eventually he's going to make a mistake. He's going to have to make a chump block or an untimely Pestermite that I can get advantage on with some form of removal. So I think that's got to be what Jimmy has to do for this next game. So we're moving on to game 2. Jimmy's going to be on the play, and it looks like he's still deciding on whether or not... nope. He has decided that he's going to mulligan. So passes the deck over, and let's see if he can draw up something better. Lands and spells. He's got the deranged hermit. He's got a couple of okay things, but the deranged hermit is going to take a back seat, and Jimmy's going to start off with the plains. Victor draws, and a familiar turn 1 here with Steam Vents tapped. Jimmy draws an island, not the most impressive, but here comes a Signet, a little bit of ramp. That's what Jimmy needs. And Victor plays a mountain, and down comes Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Now that has to be dealt with really quick, because it's going to just draw Victor into what he needs. But Jimmy answers it with Brago, saying, you know what, here's a 2/4 flyer, and it's going to be my Flicker buddy. But Victor draws and discards with Jace, and he hasn't played his land yet. But he's going to go with Faithless Looting, digging 3 cards deep this turn, and putting an island, and looks like something else to the yard, and then playing an island for turn. Ooh, that's Cloud Blazer. So Jimmy drops Cloud Blazer, but it gets answered with Mana Drain. Wow! Jimmy taking his licks there, swinging in for 2 at Victor. But man, if he could have gotten that Cloud Blazer down, he would have drawn 2, gained 2 life, and then flickered it with the Brago to draw another 2 cards and gain another 2 life. Man, and now Victor has 5 mana with that Mana Drain. Wow! And now it's gonna flip into Jace Telepath Unbound. Victor is just gonna have so much fun here. What have you got, Victor? Shields are down. Victor deciding on how he wants to play this out. Looking through his graveyard, Jace Telepath Unbound is just going to be able to get anything going here. He's got the mana for it. In fact, he could actually win this turn if he had Kiki Jiki and Deceiver Exarch or Pestermite, because he has, with the Mana Drain mana in the 3 red and 1 blue, he could do it. He could, but he's going to Mystical Tutor instead. And Mystical Tutor, maybe Time Walk? Maybe, I mean, Time Walk would be pretty busted here, but he has the mana to do it. Just take a few extra turns, and you know he could Time Walk and then Time Walk again with Jace Telepath Unbound, and just take 2 extra turns. No, that's not too powerful at all. It's fine. But he opts for Preordain, looking to just dig deeper into his library. The question is, like, he could get that Preordain going this turn, but Jimmy doesn't even cut. He sees, like, you know, go for it, bud. It's all you. Let's see what you got. And Victor is looking through his graveyard, and he minuses Jace to, Faithless Looting has a flashback already. But I guess maybe he's not wanting to use the colorless mana on it? So he flashbacks, And then he's gonna char the... But, okay, that doesn't make sense. I mean, he... Alright, so he preordains, looks at the top two, one bottom, one top, draws for turn, or draws up the preordain, and passes the turn back. But Jimmy has nothing in play. Victor is under no pressure here, except for a 4-3 Knight of Autumn, and Victor plays a land, pumps the Jace, so now that 4-3 Knight of Autumn is now a 2-3, not too heavy, but it's going to keep Jace in check, except for a Lightning Bolt that's going to crush out that Knight of Autumn, and Jimmy has the Birthing Pod. He was planning on potting that Knight away. Oh, man. Oh, man. But now the turn passes back to Victor, and Victor is looking at his graveyard with hungry eyes. What can he go for? And he's going to Jace, -3, targeting the Preordain. Preordain again. Let's see if we got it. Both on the bottom. But look at how thin his library is. He's got to find it soon. I mean, there can't be that many cards left in the deck. But Jimmy plays a Forest and pass. Now Victor is just content to kind of sit there and chill while Jimmy tries to find an answer, some kind of threat, some kind of pressure. And Venser, just a little late. He could have done so much work in the early game. But now he's got little to no targets in the form of maybe a land. So 4-mana Venser, and that's going to get electrolyzed, dealing 2 damage. But Victor's going to draw a card here, and that's a Ponder. The question is he going to Ponder and then fetch, or fetch then ponder? He's going to go for the Ponder. Top 3. He shuffles it. Nope, he's shuffling it. Nope, it's not the piece he wants. But it's gotta be there. It's got, like, there's only so many cards before Victor draws his pieces. And I took a look at Victor's deck list. He's got 5 pieces to do Splinter Twin. He's got Splinter Twin, he's got Kiki Jiki, he's got Deceiver Exarch, he's got Pestermite, and he's got the Zealous Conscripts. So there's 5 mana. Is it Kiki time? I mean, that seems like a really dangerous play to just kind of, drop the Kiki right now. Does he even have it in hand? I mean, all right, here we go. It's the Zealous Conscripts. All right. So now Victor has decided that he's going on the offensive and he's going to kill that Venser before it can flicker anything too powerful. And Jimmy draws, and it's a Restoration Angel. Not too astounding, but he's going to work his mana just a little bit differently. So Restoration Angel is a 3/4, but maybe it can become something else, something better. And there's Recruit of the Guard, there's Deranged Hermit, Solemn Simulacrum. And there's a lot of options there. Maybe he could probably kill one of Victor's crucial lands there, but Victor would still have 6. Instead, Jimmy opts for the Rebel Arc, a 4/3 flyer that'll be able to block and trade with the Zealous Conscripts, but it can't block and trade with infinite Zealous Conscripts. Unfortunately, Victor has drawn the Kikijiki, plays it down, Zealous Conscript for infinite, and Jimmy gets pulverized by some very religious people. Bam! Wow! Man, that was a very brutal match. Victor is going to win it, take it to 2-0, and so we'll see him on the finals and see if Kiki Twin can get there again. So that's it for us this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, the notification bell, the subscribe button, all that good stuff that we all know YouTube loves. And check us out on Instagram where you can check out the deck list, previews of the promos, and behind the scenes footage of what I'm doing here at these Cube events. So this is me signing off, and may all your packs be fat.